Are you a fan? Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necroneil.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It is midday here in the UK. It's quite chilly as I'm sat here now. I'm Lisa. This is Beyond Authentic Witchcraft, and this is a tarot coffee hour. What does that mean? We're going to be doing some tarot readings. We're going to be doing it for about an hour, and I'm going to be drinking coffee. So it's kind of self-explanatory, really. Before I go any further, I've got to say my voice is a little bit croaky today. We had a hectic day yesterday down there in London. And so basically, I'm still in recovery a little bit. Ritu Ya, I can see you. Nandini, I've got you. Ritu Ya, I will pop your question in. Normally we ask that questions start with the word question, but I've got that. Don't worry, I will add that onto the list in a couple of seconds. So then, how does it work on this channel? How do you get a reading? Well, it's very simple. It's all on the bottom of the screen. To request a reading, you've got to start your question with the word question. Now, you do have to be a subscriber to the channel, and you've got to be 18 years of age or over. I'm just going to move that slightly. There we go. You've got to be 18 years of age or over. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you are looking for support in those areas, please do seek out a professional in those areas. Tarot is also for entertainment purposes only. You do make all your own decisions about your own life. And as I say, tarot, this is going to be on the interweb, right? It may sound obvious, but this is going to be on the internet. And what that means is in 3, 5, 10 years time, if I ever take this channel down, I could delete all the videos. YouTube could no longer exist. There will still be websites and things like that will hold that information, like the Wayback Machine and others, that basically once you put something out onto the internet, it's there forever. So just bear that in mind. I can get quite detailed with my readings. I can get quite personal with the readings. And so if you don't want your everybody in the world to know that you've been having an affair with your neighbor, or you've been stealing from your boss, or whatever else might come up in a tarot reading, then just err on the side of caution and go over to fiverr.com/Beyond Authentic and book yourself a reading over there. It's a private reading done by video, and the I in authentic, as you can see, is the number 1. That's really important. Failing that, I can do your reading here quite happily for free. If you would like to queue jump, because we normally do get a bit busy, so if you would like to queue jump and get your reading on next, go over to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can in fact buy me a coffee. Just let me know over there your name on YouTube, and then I can cross match and I can get your readings up. So then let me just have a look. Right, Nandini, I've got your yeah, I'm having to wear my glasses today. These aren't shades, these are actually my glasses. I've got tinted lenses because my eyes are really suffering today. Sometimes the light hurts my eyes, that's why it's a bit dimmed down in here. But yeah, so the light's hurting my eyes today. So it is for medical reasons, unfortunately. It's not just because it looks cool. I don't think it looks cool at all. I think it looks weird in the daytime, but you know, well, it looks worse at night. I can't see at night. If I wear my glasses and it's a dim, like dusk type light, I can't see anything. It's too blooming dark. But anyway, we're gonna crack on today. So I've got Ritu, I've got your question in. Nandini, I've got your question in. Hang on in there, because once you've asked a question, if you disappear off to go to watch another stream or another video or watch one of my videos, then unfortunately, if we call your name, it does mean you'll forfeit your reading, unfortunately. So do just hang on in there. Right then, all of that being said, that's all the rules and everything else out of the way. Let's get cracking with the knacking, shall we? Let's have a look, and I will start the readings coming up straight after this. I'm going to click a little button, and Ritu Ya, Richu Ja, hopefully I'm saying that right. You will be the first cab off the rank. You will be our first reader today, or our first question today, I should say. And it's coming up straight after this. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! So then, dragons, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to today's stream. We're going to get cracking, dragons. So Richu Ya would like to know, oh, hang on, did I just see, oh, hang on, I've lost all of my comments. Necro Neil's here. Hello, good afternoon, Neil. I hope you're well. Hello. Yes, I've got your question in, Richu You. So your question is, will I get married with Abudya Singh? Abudya, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Abudya Singh. Right. Dragons. Richu would like to know, are they going to get married to Abudya Singh? I think that's the right pronunciation. It's on the screen, dragons. You know what to do. So then, is Richu going to marry Abudya? Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got coming up for you. There we go. Oh, wow. So we've had a card jump. I don't know whether you saw it literally like jumped out. And the card that's jumped out is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about couples and romance. So Cups is your emotion card suit, and it's all about attraction and love and lusty things. So sometimes it's a little bit more like oh, and sometimes it's a bit more, you know what I mean? Either way, it's looking very, very, very positive. That's card jump. So that's your modifying card. So if I had to just say, even just on the basis of that one, I would say there's certainly a love connection here, certainly a very deep love connection, because for me, the Two of Cups, especially in a question like this, Richu, it comes up like, I would say more than likely. And I think, I'm not even sure we need to do your 3-card drop, but I'm going to do it for you anyway. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. Right. So past, present, future. Past, I think you felt left outside alone. I wonder how it feels to be left outside alone. Was that Shania Twain? I can't remember who that was. But yes, left outside alone is the words for this card. It's the Five of Pentacles. But it literally, for me, feels like it could be any suit, this particular card, because it really does talk about feeling that you're on the outside, feeling that you're kind of left outside alone, left out in the cold, and that would be your past. Then we get to the present, and I think there's been a few issues. There's been maybe a few wibbles along the road with I'm just going to murder it. Abudya Singh. Abudya, hopefully that's right. Because we've got the Seven of Swords, and Swords is trouble and strife and obstacles. But you can see this person is walking away and leaving these ones behind. So they're leaving some of the issues. They're just going, it's not worth arguing over. It's just not worth it. We're just going to keep going. And so it's actually, in this context, it feels quite positive, because we go from quite a bleak picture to dealing with the issues to then, this is the future. We've got the sun. And this is all about growth and warm, loving energy and healing and possibly children. So that coming up with your Two of Cups, that is incredible. I think, I don't normally predict weddings, but I would say if you're not going to get married, you're going to be together for a hell of a long time. Put it that way. So whether you live together, end up in a however you end up together, it feels like this is a connection that is going to last, because we've got all of this coming up under the control, under the clarifying element of the Two of Cups. So this is really, really positive. This story of going from being left outside alone. I wish I could remember who it was. Oh, it's Anastasia. It's not that one. It's Anastasia. That's who it is. Going from being left outside alone through the Seven of Swords, that's going to be stuck in my head every time I see that card now, through to the Sun, with this overriding it. I think you're quitting. I think you're absolutely, I think you're sorted. I don't think there's going to be any major issues there at all, to be honest with you. It feels incredibly positive. So overall, your question is really simple. Will you marry him? There isn't a particular marriage card, although possibly the Devil can be seen as the marriage card. But I think you're pretty solid there. You're pretty solid. So yeah, that would be my answer. You're pretty solid. So yeah, no problem. Hopefully that helps. Let me just have a look. Smriti Mondai, I've got your question in. Nihaya, I've got your question in. Richuya, no problem at all. I hope that helps, my darling. No problem. But yes, it does feel very much like this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Very romantical. Right, I hope that helps, my darling. Niha, I've got your question in. Stop flooding the chat with the question, please. I've got it in. Thank you very much. Right then, that is your reading, Richie. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your question. And yeah, that's you done. Very quick and easy. Very, very simple, very definitive cards. I like it when the cards are so definitive. But yes, there we go. Thank you very much for your question. I will move on now. So then let's have a look at who is up next. Next up, I've got Nandini. Nandini, come and say hello in the live chat. Yep, come and say hello in the live chat. That would be good if you can come and say hello, just so I know that you are still here on the live chat, Nandini. Do 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 do. Nandini, come and say hello. Waiting for Nandini. Second call for Nandini. Oh, there you go. There you go. I've got you in the live. I've got you in the live. You might just need to refresh your stream. It looks like you might be a little bit behind, but I'm going to come to you next and we'll do your reading straight after this. That didn't work, does it? It doesn't work if you cover up the screen, Lisa. Okay, so Nandini, your question is, your boyfriend's dad passed away 2 months ago. Sorry to hear that. And you've been seeing his dad in your dreams. Okay, though you've never talked to him, is there some message you need to know? To be honest, I won't be able to answer that really with the tarot cards. I can tell you if the dragons, the cards, the elements have something to say, but I can't tell you if it's directly from his dad, purely and simply because this stream is only an hour long and I don't go into any of the psychic-y stuff on this stream because it is literally just an hour, and it takes a lot out of me, to be honest, to cue all that up and to go into that, if that makes sense. But if you're seeing him in your dreams, then absolutely there's a message coming through. So what I will do is I will ask the cards to basically to try and give you the message that they have. Smriti, I've got your question in. Please stop. Right, everybody, please stop spamming the question in the live chats. I've got your questions in. Thank you. Yes, your questions are here. Okay, Nandini, I'll do that for you now. Right then, so dragons. Nandini would like to know very specifically. Nandini would like to know very specifically, dragons, if there is a message from her boyfriend's father, or if there is a message from the cards, from the Akashic records, from the ether, from the elements. Is there a message for Nandini here? Let's have a look and see what we've got. Oh, that's me dropping half a dozen cards. That isn't a card flipping. That's me literally dropping all of them. So let me just have a look. Right, so we didn't have a card actually jump. So then let's have a look. It's going to go again. There we go. Right. Let's have a look and see if there is a message coming through. So so what I've got in the way the cards are laid out, we've got the High Priestess. Okay, so she's a major arcana card. Now the High Priestess for me talks about spirituality. It talks about quite well, actually no, it doesn't talk about spirituality. It talks about religious faith more than spiritual faith, if that makes sense. So more than just I'm a bit spiritual, me, I like crystals. More than that, this is actually like a religious faith, a religious path. So I don't know whether you're the one that's quite religious or whether your boyfriend's father was quite religious, but the High Priestess for me is always talking about that religious path and following it. And although she does stand between the dark and the light pillars, there is this element with the High Priestess that she is seen as a liminal character in the card. So she's seen as somebody who is between the realms, between the spaces, but very much she's talking about following religion for your spiritual path rather than following religion because it's what you have to do, if that makes sense. So it's talking about like finding the faith again, rather than make sure you do all these things on the right time and the right day on the right week. You know what I mean? So it's not saying make sure you follow the religion. It's talking about believing the religion. And then we've got two cards that are coming up together. We've got two pages. So this is very young energy. So I don't know how old you or your boyfriend are, but this could relate to the pair of you. And we've got Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So Pentacles is normally work, money. Swords is normally obstacles. So it does feel like there's a money issue here from your boyfriend's father. Now, both of these, with them being pages, either there's an issue with money, or it could be some sort of inheritance, some sort of there's an issue with money going to younger people. Does that make sense? Or an issue with money around younger people that is coming through, because we've got those two pages. Pages are very young energy. It's very, very innocent energy, very, very youthful energy. And that coming through with both the Pentacles and the Swords, both of those together are saying that there is definitely some sort of financial issue here relating to this religious element. So I'm not sure what that is. It could be to be honest, I don't know what it is. You're quite young and we're just figuring out your paths. You're more into spirituality than religion, Nandini. Yeah. So there's a lot here. There's a lot going on in terms of both of these cards. Now it feels like this is a really important one, because this is the High Priestess, because she's a major arcana card. It feels like this is connected somehow to this issue around money and this obstacle around money, because it's coming up so strongly. It almost feels like there is a distinct, how would I put it? it's almost saying, right? It's almost saying that it's a difficult one, to be honest with you. It's a really difficult one. It's almost saying that the answer to whatever this financial issue is, whatever this financial obstacle is, this blockage with the 2 pages clashing, the answer is with the church, and specifically with the church, the actual like structured religious church, rather than with any sort of form of spirituality. So you've felt and connected with people in the past as well. It really does feel like that whatever this message is, I mean, it could well be, look, it could be this, it could be this, it could be that the message is to go into this and to become the high priestess. It could be that. So however that would work for you where you are in the world. So it could be talking about going down. In fact, it makes more sense this way. So it could be actually going down that road of investigating that spiritual element, but do it through like a spiritualist church, going down that road. And it was interesting. The first thing I was talking about was this liminality with the high priestess, this standing between the realms. Now, if this is advice for you and you're saying that you've picked up like spirit messages and things in the past, then absolutely this will be what this is saying to you, that like this is for your advice to go down this road. And then because we've got the 2 pages, it would basically say, look, it might not bring you a whole bunch of money at the moment, but it's something that could become a career. And because this is a youthful card, and because this is a youthful card, it's talking about there being some learning curve and there being some challenges. Now, this isn't front on challenge. This is a challenge from behind, if you like. So it's a challenge coming probably from within your family or within your friendship circle. So there'll be a little bit of resistance. If you go down the spiritual route, like the mediumship route, where you're actually trying to channel messages from spirit, if you go down that road, which is what the high priestess in this case could really be pointing towards, then yes, there's going to be a bit of a financially you're not going to go and become a world famous spiritualist or anything anytime soon, but there'll be a learning curve there. And the same with that Page of Swords. So it really could be saying, if you're feeling this and you felt this in the past and you're picking up from him, this could be the message that is literally right. Follow that path, do it under the one thing I would say is don't try and do it alone, because this is saying this is very much within a construct. So find a spiritualist church, find a genuine, and that's really hard to find a genuine spiritualist teaching course, or a spiritualist like church that offers that takes students. Find that and go down that road. That would be the advice I would say then. If you're seeing that, then yeah, absolutely, that would be the advice. So yes, thank you very much for that. And I will no doubt, I will leave you there with that one. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But yeah, I would say that is absolutely the message. So yes, thank you. Thank you for that question. And hopefully, Nandini, hopefully that helps. Yeah, absolutely. I was getting that for the longest time. And now I don't do a lot of mediumship, but I do some. So yes, no problem. Thank you very much. So yeah, don't forget, everybody, if you would like a question, just pop pop the question into the live chat, followed by no, I can't even speak today. Put your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and I will get to them as soon as I can. I've got 2 questions in currently. Smriti Mondal and Neha Yar, you're both in. If anybody else wants a question, just put the word question followed by your question, and I will get to that for you. Right then, let's have a look. Right. Yeah, this is why, right, Nandini, this is exactly why you don't do it on your own. Because you need to learn the basics of channeling as opposed to you forcing it. You need a way of bringing that being brought to you rather than, right. So basically, right, think of it like this. Think of it like this. What you want is the energies to be brought to you so that they're here, and you then open up and the energies come through. That's what you want, right? And you want that to be done in a way that is manageable and controllable, and small bits here and small bits there. What you don't want is to go fully open and then have everything dumped on you from spirit, right? In which case then you're bombarded with smells and feelings and sights and sounds and images, and it becomes too much, and your brain literally goes, no. You don't want that. What you need to do is be able to go, right, I'm going to open up. This is what we want. We want these messages to come through here, these messages to come through here. Oh, I'm not understanding it. Give me something else. Right now I'm getting a smell. I'm not understanding that. Right, give me something else. Now I'm hearing some words. That's how you want the spirit messages to come through, is in a controlled manner. And because you're doing it without that training, that's why it drains you, because you're literally going, right, I'm going to open up and everything will come through at once. And that is really, really difficult to manage. It's really difficult to control that. So by doing it a little bit here, a little bit there, I use the dragons, this elemental energy that I work with. And so for me, it's like they are a go-between. So like they pick up what they know, they get the knowledge, and then it kind of gets transferred to me from the dragons. And then that is shown to me or given to me in small amounts, and sometimes they'll give me too much and I have to say, you know, take it off, but they will give me different bits. And sometimes it's a feeling, so sometimes I'll get an ache in a body part that ache isn't mine, and I know that that's a message to pass on, like, oh, is there a problem with their shoulder? Was there a problem with this? Was there a problem with that? Sometimes it'll be smells, sometimes it'll be snippets of songs. There's all sorts of different ways that those messages come through. But because you're doing it without that training, it's literally like throwing you into the ocean to teach you to swim. It's not even throwing you in at a swimming pool where people can jump in. It's like throwing you into the middle of the ocean and go, right, swim. You're not going to be able to survive because there's too much going on. However, starting off in the shallow end of a pool where you're learning how to do this, that makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? So it's about getting that training in place for you to be able to then take it step by step and open up and work with spirit. So yeah, that would be my advice, my darling. That would be absolutely my advice. Yeah. Same here. It used to terrify me. Smells, scents, noises, auras, all of that. You've just got to, it will take a little while. So that's why those page cards are there, because it is that youthful, is that young, that training, that childlike experience. So it will take a little while for you to go through that and to learn to block out the random and block out. There's nothing worse than being sensitive, walking into an area with lots of people and getting flashes of images or flashings of knowledge and not being able to shut that down. Even today, with all the years of experience of doing this sort of thing that I've got, I will still sometimes be in a situation where I'm like, look, I just have to tell you something. I don't know where this is coming from, but I've got a message I need to pass on. But normally I can control all of that to do it in controlled settings, because that way it keeps you safe. But what it also does is allows you time off. Otherwise, if you're open all the time, it'll be like having a phone line that's permanently connected to a loudspeaker somewhere else. So, and you just walk around. Yes, it'll pick up some interesting bits of conversation when you're close. The rest of the time, though, it will just pick up the background car noise and the background, you know, someone screaming and shouting over there, and the people over there that are talking in the supermarket really loudly, and then the beep, 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 ka-ching, all of those noises it will pick up when actually what you're trying to get is a message. And it's a bit like that. If it's open all the time, you'll get so many flashes of everything, it just becomes overwhelming. So by going through a spiritualist church or by going through some sort of training, it helps you to literally block and to shut all of that down, so that becomes manageable, so that you only open up when you want to, in a specific way, in a specific time. So that would be my advice, my darling. And yeah, hopefully that will help. So yes, it cleared up so much. Thank you. No problem, Nandini, no problem at all. I'm very pleased to help, and I'm very pleased to have your question. Don't forget, when you become a rich and famous psychic, remember little old Lisa, won't you? Right then, let's have a look at who is next. Niha, stop spamming the chat, please. I've got your question in. I've told you I've got your question in. Please do not keep putting it in the chat, otherwise I'll take it off. And everybody, please, on screen it's telling you how to get a reading. If you want a reading, you have to put the word question followed by your question in the chat, please. Good afternoon, Patricia. Hello, my darling. I hope you are well. You've got a very tired Lisa with you today. But we've done some readings today. It's going well today. So yes, please do put the word question followed by your question in the chat, and then I can pick it up for you. Right then, Smriti Mondal, if you're here, come and say hello. Smriti Mondal, come and say hello. Aniket, I will pop your question on the list. Smriti Mondal, for the second time, if you're here live, come and say hello in that their live chat. Oh, wow, look at that. Thank you, Patricia. If you're here live, Smriti, come and say hello. We're halfway through the coffee hour today. Oh, no, Smriti's not going to be here, is she? Smriti, for the third and final time, please, please. Oh, you're there. Hi, 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 hi. Fantastic. Right then, Smriti, your reading will come up straight after this. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! Okay, Smriti, you're here. Fantastic. Let's have a look at your question. So then, dragons. Smriti Mondal would like to know when will I meet my future husband and how will he be? So a double-edged question, dragons. We want to know when Smriti's going to meet the husband, and also if we can have a look at maybe who it is. Maybe have a look at who it is, maybe. Or at least how he is. It might be difficult on a 3 cards, Smriti, but we'll have a look. Let's see what the dragons say. We've only had 1 card flip so far in today's readings. Oh, wispy. I was literally just saying we've only had 1 card flip. At which point all of the cards jumped. Thank you, Wispy. Wispy is our rather mischievous air dragon. So we've got the wind chime music for Wispy. Oh, I need to watch what I say around Wispy. So yes, we only had 1 card flip so far. I was about to say Wispy's being a bit quiet today, but I just think there's, again, I've had a card flip. So I will show you what the card is. There's a card that's flipped. It is the Queen of Cups, but it is in the reverse aspect, or the back of the card aspect. So what is the Queen of Cups? The Queen of Cups is talking about relationships and love. It's a little bit, it's all about loviness. So this is actually a really positive card. Now it does come up on the darker aspect, but I don't think that's too much of an issue when we look at it. It's just the reverse side. So this is like the nighttime side. Now this would actually say to me, so what is the Queen of Cups? First of all, let's have a look at your modifier. So the Queen of Cups is talking about your love, your passion. I think you are an incredibly passionate person. I think you're somebody who loves very, very deeply, very, very intently. And I think you're somebody who is... Okay, I can hear the neighbour's dog upstairs whining. Poor little sod. I think you're somebody who is incredibly passionate and loves very, very deeply. And you're waiting for the one. And it's almost like, I don't know whether you grew up with like fairy tales of the princess getting the prince and all of that, and all of those all of those sort of romance movies where, you know, eventually they kiss at the end of the film and then they live happily ever after. All of those, because this is what this feels like. This feels like it's like a really intense. It's not just that you want to find your husband, it's that you want to find that Hollywood, Bollywood love. You know what I mean? You want to find that ending to the book. That's what you really, really want. You want that more than anything else. You're searching for that love, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it feels very much like only something that intense will actually work for you, if that makes sense. Right, so do your drop. It's going to go again. That's why I'm still holding it. There you go. There we go. There we go. I could feel it going as wow. Okay. Okay. Right. Wow. Jesus. Right. Okay. So in the I don't know whether you've been in a relationship before, Smitty, or not. But is it Smittle? Hang on. Smittle. Is it Smittle? I think it's Smittle rather than Smitty. Sorry if I've been pronouncing your name wrong. So we've got the lovers, but this is coming up in the past position, I guess. In fact, no, it wouldn't be, would it? Because this is when you're going to meet your oh, that poor doggo. This is talking about when you're going to meet your future your future hubby. So this would be, I think you've already met him. I think you know who he is, because we've got the lovers card coming straight up. So literally, this is how the lovers normally appears on decks, and this is like the nighttime version of it. So it's like it's still the lovers card. It's just got a bit of a twist to it. I think you know who this is. I think you've already met him. Oh, I hate dogs whining. I think you've already met him. I think that this is your yeah, I think you've already met him. I think it's somebody who could well be a friend, or it's somebody you're aware of already, because this is already coming up. It's already coming up. We've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the lovers in this particular reading, where we've literally got, I've got 2 and 1, so it's not a 3. I think you already, I think you have already met him, and more than that, I think, because the next card we've got is the 7 of Cups, I think he's already giving you a gift of some kind. Let me click over on the live stream. Smrittle, okay. I think you've absolutely already met him, and I think that you have, I think he's giving you some sort of gift. Oh, it's Smitty, right? Okay, because the 7 of Cups is all about the gifts and all about it's all about being offered things and being offered opportunity and being offered these wonderful cups that are glowing. And in some decks they've got gifts in some, in this one they're glowing, and there's a figure here which is offering. So I think you already know who this is. I think that this person is already in your circle somehow. So I don't know whether this is, I think it's somebody. I think it's either a friend that you've not looked at that way, or I think that it's somebody that is known, if that makes sense. So it's somebody that you're like, it's a friend of a friend. It's you've already met him. I guarantee you've already met your husband. You might not know you've met him yet. You might not realize that person is the one you're going to marry, but you've absolutely already met him. You've already met him. And I'll describe him a little bit, because we've got a major arcana card here. He's somebody, so he's the Emperor, but look, this one is reversed, right? But if I show you, he's an Emperor. So physically bearded, probably, emotionally and all the rest of it. So describe him: somebody that's in a position of authority, somebody that's got a little bit of wealth behind them, not rich, but they've got a decent career line, somebody that makes important decisions, somebody that has access to lots of tools, so lots of somebody that has access to a lot of things, that's quite knowledgeable, that's quite experienced, maybe, so possibly a little bit older than you. I wouldn't say father age, but older than you. Like, so if you're talking 20 years for a generation, I would say it's between that. So maybe a few years older than you, maybe like 8 to 12 years older than you is maximum, I would say. But also somebody who is quite spiritual or religious, because the emperor here on the so this side you don't get a glimpse of this. This way you can see we've got these carvings. There's the two moons there, and we've got all of these carvings into the back of the throne. So there is a spiritual element here. So I think that you not only have you already met him, but he's in your orbit already. So he's somebody who it feels like he's already quite successful, or he's going to be quite successful, certainly. And he's in that upper echelon of, he's either got his own business, or he's like manager, or like regional manager of something. He's somebody quite, in whatever he does, he's quite important. Whether that's important in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. But whatever he does, he's quite important. So if he runs a supermarket, he's the manager. If he's in politics, he's, you know, being earmarked for an MP rather than a local councillor. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that. If he runs his own business, then it's not a business that is, you know, he hasn't got a barrow selling stuff he's found on the streets. You know what I mean? It's like he'll have quite a successful business, quite busy. The emperor, I would say, he's quite busy. I would say basically all of this, I would say he runs his own business. I'm getting Filofax in my head, like always got a diary in one hand and the phone in his hand, always making decisions, always going from here to there with business meetings and with things, and he's that sort of person. So entrepreneur maybe, but definitely businessman, definitely quite high up, a lot of decisions to make, and a lot of plate spinning in his world. But you know him, and you know him already. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Let me know if you work out who he is, Smitty. Let me know who he is, because he sounds really cool, actually. Definitely, I would say definitely bearded, but groomed beard. That's what I'm getting. Groomed beard. So not a big bushy, but a groomed, like put it this way. Your husband to be, whoever this person is, they are not afraid of spending money at the hairdressers and, you know, getting decent hair products and decent beard products and decent, you know, male grooming products. This person is not afraid of spending some money on looking good, and not in an arrogant way, though, not in a look at me, aren't I gorgeous, in just a way that he takes care of himself. I would say physically he's probably quite fit, probably works out, and he takes time to look after himself. That's what I'm getting from this Emperor card. With everything, I literally, oh, poor doggo. I don't know whether oh, it might not be the dog. It might be upstairs kids singing. It sounds the same. It's just this whining noise. But anyway, hopefully that helps, Smitty. Oh, my leg's gone to sleep. My legs have gone numb. Oh gosh. Hopefully that helps, and thank you very much for your question. Oh, my legs have gone numb. Oh, right. Okay. I've got Anna, I've got your question in. Don't forget, if you want a question, Pearl Parker, I've got your question in. Don't forget, if you want a question, you do have to start with the word question, followed by your question. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in currently, and I've got 13 minutes left. So I will try and get through these as fast as I can. But Smitty, no problem. Let me know who he is. And when you've worked out who he is, and when you've worked all of that out, God, my camera does keep moving, doesn't it? When you've worked out who he is and everything, let me know. Like, send me a photo on Instagram of you two together. That would be really interesting, because I know it's going to happen. I can't tell you when. I would say it's definitely this year that you'll go from knowing him to knowing him. Not necessarily that one, more like that one, but there will be, you'll know. Right then, don't forget, if you want a reading, you do need to put the word question followed by your reading into the live chat. Niha ya, if you're here, come and say hello. Come and say hello in the live chat. Niha ya. You are next up. Niha ya, come and say hello in the live chat. Come and say hello, come and say hello, come and say hello. Otherwise, if you're not here, you get a... Yeah, you get all of those sound effects. Nihayas here, fantastic. Right, your reading is coming up after this. Okay, you're asking, how will 2023 go for you? Unfortunately, I can only see a little bit into the future. I can't see the whole year. The way the cards work for me, I only tend to see about the next 6 weeks to 2 months maximum. But I will have a look and see if there's anything here career related for you. So then, dragons. Nihaya would like to know, how will 2023 be, and will they become an officer? So I'm not sure what officer, in what context that is. Police officer, maybe? Government officer? Don't know, but will they become an officer? Let's have a look, dragons. Oh, we've had a card drop. Card that's dropped is the Page of Wands. So this is youthful energy, and it's talking very much about security and confidence. So let's pop that there. Pages are, as I say, quite young. It's quite innocent energy, but it's also about, with the wands here, it's about growing your sense of security, growing your sense of confidence. So that bodes quite nicely. So I think 2023 is going to see you gain some knowledge, experience, and confidence as you go through the year. Is that the only drop? Yeah, looks like it. Right then, so let's have a look. Wow, okay. Right, so the energy that's brought you up to here, I think you've had some issues back end of last year. So far in this year, I don't think it started great for you so far. Reason I'm saying that is because we've got the Page of Swords, and Swords is all about trouble and strife. So because we've got the Page of Swords, it's talking about there being some obstacles, some challenges that have arisen over the last few months, basically, and I don't think that the year has started particularly well, but it feels like it's not been the worst year you've ever had, but it's just not been a good one. It's like there's been some challenges for you to try and work through, and some obstacles for you to get over. Particularly, it feels like maybe even at the beginning of the year, you've had your confidence knocked a little bit. You've had a couple of bits that didn't quite go according to plan. Then in the present, we've got a new start coming in. So this officer thing, if this is a new career role, then yes, it looks like you've got a really good opportunity here, because we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and Pentacles is all about career, work, and finances. And you've got this coming up. The Aces is about a new project, a new venture, something to get your teeth into for the first time. So this is really, really positive. It's talking about there's like, and this is the energy that is around you now. When I say now, I mean literally like at the moment, and probably for a couple of weeks either side. So this energy is coming in now. So you've got this new start, new project energy. So if that is something that you need to utilize to become this officer, whatever this is here, whatever that officer is, then absolutely this energy is there right now. But I think it's going to get better for you, because we go from the Ace of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So this is very authority figure. So if this officer is in a position of authority, so if it isn't just like a title that's given to somebody who works for the government, say, if this is like a police officer, prison officer, something where you've got authority, and it's something where it's not just a job title, where you've actually got a level of authority, for want of a better word, I've said it like 7 times now, then at that point, yes, yes, the king is absolutely there. The king is as high up as you can go in the pentacles before you get into the major arcana card. So it's literally as high as you can go. You've got the opening card and you've got the top card. And so when you're looking for what's happening this year, I think this year, absolutely, you're going to start off with this new project energy now. And I said I can't see the fully into the end of the year, but absolutely throughout this year, you're going to go, your journey's going from this new project to this role, quite an important role for you. And I would say financially very successful, authoritative, making decisions, making quite big decisions about stuff, and doing things in a way that, like, you will have the respect that kings of the realms sort of have. So yeah, I think absolutely. You asked a very specific question and the cards seem to have given you a very specific answer. All the way through this, your confidence and your security is going to grow throughout the entire year as you go through this, because this card is your modifying card, your clarifying card. This is your overall card. So this is the story of the entire year. What happens in between, we'll see. But this is the card for the entire year. So as this goes on, your confidence, your security will grow, and it will go from the page, because that's quite young, and you will gain that experience. So I think you've got nothing to worry about in terms of this year. I don't know exactly when, but it feels like this new energy is around you pretty much in the present. So this is around you pretty much at the moment. So if you're applying for jobs at the moment, or if you've been thinking about applying, whatever it is with that, absolutely go for it. Get all of those applications in, get all of those tests done, work your backside off at the moment, because that energy is there and it's there in the present. So time to grab hold of that grab that brass ring, grab that bull by the horns, grab that whatever, and go for it, my darling. It's really, really positive energy. Going from the Ace of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, absolutely. That is what you want to see on a deck like this. Absolutely. That is what you want to see. And with that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you very much for your question. And I'm going to move on. So then I've got 5 minutes left. So I'm going to call Aniket. Aniket, if you're here, come and say hello. Aniket, if you're here, come and say hello. Aniket, if you're still here in the live, please come and say hello. Come and say hello. Come and say hello, Aniket. No worries, no worries, no worries, Neha. Thank you very much. It feels, let me know how this goes this year. Let me know when you actually get the interview, and then when you get the job, and then when you move up and you start getting promotions and you start making the mega money. Let me know. Let me know. Remember me is what I'm saying. When you've got this wonderful new job and you're coining it in, and you're going to work in your funky like designer business suit, and you're swimming in your lovely BMW, buy me a coffee. I'm joking, but yeah, it's really a really good year for you, and I'm really pleased to be able to pass that message on. Actually, Aniket, for the second time, my darling, if you're here, come and say hello. Otherwise, I will move on to Anna. Pearl Parker, I think you're if right, I'm going to try and do both of them. I'm going to try and do Anna and then Pearl Parker. Aniket, third and final time for Aniket. Aniket, if you're not here, you're going to get a third and final time, Aniket. No. Oh, hang on. The live, there's a message popped up. Right, Aniket, unfortunately. That's it. Sorry, Aniket, your time is up. Right, Pearl Parker's here. Anna, are you here? Anna, And 144, if you're here, come and say hello as well. Pearl Parker, I'll do your reading next. You're going straight after this. Right then, let's have a look. So you're asking what is coming for me in love. We've got to have the George Michael. Do, 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 do. I wish I could play more of it, but I will get copyright struck. So yes, what is coming for you in love? Dragons. Pearl Parker would like to know what is coming up in love. Love, 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 love. What is coming up in love? Let's have a look. There we go. So then, Pearl, we'll see. Are you in a relationship now? Are you looking? What is going on? Let's have a look and see what the cards say. Oh, we've had. I honestly can't work out whether there's I think it's a 6-year-old or 5-year-old upstairs just like trying to sing and make noises, or whether that's a dog howling. I really can't work out. Right, so the card that's dropped for you is the Ace of Pentacles. Again, you've seen me shuffling. This is not random, or this is random rather. It's not by design. So the Ace of Pentacles as your modifying card. So we're talking again about new ventures, new things coming through. So that's really interesting. So it does feel overall like there's a new a new year, new you, even though we're into February, middle of February. You know what I mean? It's like there's this new vibe coming through. Single and heartbroken. Okay, my darling. Well, hopefully that isn't going to be the case for long, because the Ace of Pentacles, yes, it normally does mean work, career, finances, but the element there of work is something that comes in quite a bit. So we'll have a look. We'll see, because it's fortune. So maybe the fortunes are changing. Let's have a look. So once a card drops, I stop shuffling. So we'll have a little look-see. There we go. Oh, it's going to go again. It's going to go again. Oh, wow. Right. There we go. So then, wow. Right. Oh, this is difficult for a love reading. This is really difficult for a love reading, because these are all finance cards. Every single one of these is finance cards. So are you actually needing to know about money and work rather than love? Because the cards tell me what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. But let me go through them. So we've got, in the recent past, we've got my favorite card, the Empress. And so the Empress is talking about... the Empress is talking about abundance and a lot of sort of nurturing energy, nurturing, loving sort of energy, Earth Mother type energy, if that makes sense. So this is a really good card for it's like literally the version of her sat there behind me on the side. So it's a fantastic, absolutely fantastic card to come up. But this is coming up in the recent past. So I don't know whether this is why you said you were heartbroken. But it does feel like there was an abundance of loving energy around you. Interestingly, though, the Empress is talking again about, is often seen as talking about wealth. Now, for me, it's always this nurturing, loving, abundant energy. But in terms of wealth, there is this element here of talking about finances, talking about money, because we've got in the present, we've got the Six of Pentacles, which again is money, career, finances. So the Six is talking about seeing yourself as part of a community, seeing yourself as being part of, not necessarily separate to, but part of the wider community, whilst also putting yourself first, if that makes sense. So you are part of a community. You aren't in charge of that community. You're not in charge of the people that you work with. So I don't know how this is related to a love reading for you. I really don't, because it really does feel like this is a whole reading about work. And about your financial situation, because if it was talking about finances, we'd be talking about, you know, you need to remember that you are although you work, you know, although you've got a job or whatever, you're not the job. You are not the job. You are a person. You are not the job here. And so this is a really different kind of approach, and it's a really interesting one, because it's in a love reading, it would be saying that, again, like, don't look at the people around you for how their relationships are. Don't kind of even look on social media for those ideal relationships, because a lot of relationships, you only know what's going on that people want you to see. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. Your last romance was at work. You had to resign. Oh God, that does feel very, very difficult. Thank you, Nightbot. Nightbot jumped in. Tumpagosh, don't write in all capitals. The Nightbot doesn't like it. So right. I would say this whole reading looks like, the cards look like they're confirming your past relationship, Pearl. And I don't know why. I've not seen this before, because relationship at work, right? Community, it's a job based. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles with the Anastasia song, Left Outside Alone. So, like, this literally is telling us the story of your past relationship. And I'm sure you don't want this one to come back. I'm sure you don't want this to happen again. But that is literally, I mean, cycles do repeat. Cycles do repeat. So is there right? My question would be, Pearl, I've gone over time, so apologies everybody. This is going to be the last reading. We're already 5 minutes over, and I can't go much longer today because I've got an appointment. But Pearl, my question would be, are you somebody who tends to repeat mistakes? Are you somebody who tends to, you know, it takes a while for you to change path, if you like? Because I know for me, like, when I look back at some of my relationships in the past, a lot of those were pretty much the same relationship, just with different people, if that makes sense. It was always like, it was the same. It was just the details were a little bit different, but the same things happened and the same situation repeated. And if that's kind of how you are, then this is what the cards are absolutely warning you of. Like, don't get involved at work. Do not get involved at work. It feels like it feels like there is somebody at work that you've got your eye on. It's what it feels like. That's what this Ace of Pentacles is saying. And it feels like you're almost kind of wanting what I would say, right? If I had to hazard it, yes, look at that, yes. So if I had to hazard a guess, I would say that basically, I think my guess would be that there's somebody you've got your eye on in the workplace, right? And you've come and asked for a reading, and you were hoping that the reading would be, oh, this person that you've got your eye on, like, this is a really good move. They're interested in you. You're interested in them. You know, go down this road. This is going to be really interesting. But unfortunately, it's telling us that this pattern could well repeat. And if it repeats, it's going to have the same conclusion, where you will be left outside alone. I mean, I wonder if you know how it really feels to be left outside alone. How I really feel. I don't know if you all know that song, but yeah, it's by Anastasia. It's really annoying me now because I want to get it on my sound desk. But yeah, that's what it feels like. You've just started a new job. Oh my God. Pearl, this is happening. Pearl, this is happening. This is the new job. Don't go there, right? Do not go there. Oh my God, do not go there. This is why right? You've just started a new job. So we've got this Ace of Pentacles coming up overall, right? With the history that you've just said, this is absolutely, this now makes perfect sense when the dragons gave me these cards, right? So you're going in as the Empress. So you're going in with this nurturing, warm, loving energy. Everybody loves the Empress. The Empress is everybody's sort of, I was about to say mother figure, but that doesn't really work, does it? But that, sort of words that describe the Empress is fertile and abundant, nurturing, feminine, earth mother, all of these vibes. So if you're going into the workplace and you're like this very womanly woman, whatever that means, I know it's very, very difficult language, but if you're going in and you're very sort of sure of yourself, in a very sort of, you're very sure of your sexuality, your sensuality, and if you're going in just basically being a confident woman, and a confident, maybe a confident sexual woman, or a confident woman who's sure of her body positive, whether you love whether you're a size 8 or a size 28, it doesn't matter. It's about how you feel, right? So if you're walking into the workplace and you're going in and you're all like, look at me, I'm the bee's knees, yep it's going to cause this problem, right? So this separation between you and the community, so the work community, that's going to cause this problem. And if that ends up with this sort of, with, you know, the guys or the girls, whoever it is that you're attracted to at work, in the workplace, yeah, just be very careful. Just be very careful, because we go from the 6 to the 5 and we have this left outside alone repeating. So I think that the cards are basically saying, for God's sake, do not flirt. Like, if somebody, yeah, flirty is the word. Flirty would be the word for this particular Empress is flirty, right? Flirty, but she is very, very flirtatious, and she's very sure of that side of her. Now the thing is, there's ways and means that can get picked up, and certainly in the workplace it can get very easily muddled to become something, and if you've had this happen in the past, these cards are really, really, really warning you not to repeat this, because it looks like this 6 of Pentacles energy is around you at the moment. This is already there, so you're already starting to get, whether people are talking, whether people are, you know, whether you've got people's attention, whatever's happening, that is already beginning. So that cycle is starting again. But you're really early on. So because it's really early on, you're in the place now where you can nip that in the bud. You can absolutely stop that. And it is all down to your behavior and your actions. So even if you get people in the workplace coming up to you saying, hi Pearl, do you fancy going for coffee? Hi Pearl, oh, you look lovely in that dress the other day, or whatever it is, it's your job to remember this is the workplace and these conversations are not appropriate. This is not what I can do. Think about what happened in your last job, because otherwise five of Pentacles, you will absolutely be left outside alone. Abso-friggin-lutely. So please, whatever you do, just remember, I had to resign the last time this happened. I don't want to do that again. Just keep that in the forefront of your mind. And if you can feel this pattern recycling, returning, if you can feel this pattern kind of going over again, this cycle repeating, just keep remembering, no, tell me how it feels to be left outside alone. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have this repeat, because it will, and you will be back in that situation, except it feels, because this is such a strong warning, it feels like it will be a lot worse the second time round. So it won't just be, oh, you've quit that job. It will be like, this will start to unravel other things. Yeah, so hopefully, Pearl, that helps. Just maybe join a book club, right? Join a book, join a running group, join a book club, join a singles disco, join a, I don't know, a cookery course, join something where you can meet people that aren't in the workplace, would be my advice, my darling. But that is going to be it for your reading today. And that is going to be it for all of the readings today. Thank you so much, everybody. But yeah, please be very careful, Pearl. Don't make the same mistake, because it will bite you on the bum. But anyway, thank you very much. I've just seen Crystal Rose in the chat. Hello, Crystal Rose. Hello, Ed. Hope everybody's okay. We are just finishing up now. I was only supposed to go through till 1, and it's now, look at me, 12 minutes past. I'm good with time, me. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for your readings. Sorry for those of you that I haven't been able to get to. Sorry for those of you that requested readings, but literally we ran out of time. And for all of those who I called and weren't here, then unfortunately you did forfeit your readings, and you can try again on Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time, where we're back for a we are back for a, what are we back for? 7 p.m. UK time, back for more tarot readings. That's what I was trying to say. Hope the flesh pots of London did not tire you too much. No, it was good. It was all the traveling that tired us out. But yeah, it was really good. And Ed, Mr. Rubin spoke about you. Well, we spoke about you, and then Mr. Rubin said how much he liked you. Yes, he said you're a very upbeat and friendly guy. So there you go. Right then, everybody. So I share that with you. Right then, everybody, that is it from today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. In the meantime, why not go over and join the channel membership over at buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can buy me a coffee on a regular basis, become a channel member, and then you get perks like on Sunday. We'll be doing, I might do a bit of a ritual, you know, Sunday. Instead of doing self-care, like face mask, I might do a bit of a pre-tarot ritual. What do you think? I think I might do that over on the members only live, because we do a little live stream at 6 p.m. Before the 7 p.m. start. We do an hour, just under an hour, with the channel members, and I think I might do a little ritual. Yeah, I'm thinking that. So anyway, that's it for today, everyone. And yeah, don't forget, have a lovely week, and I will see you all again Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. And for now, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for asking questions, those of you that did. And thank you ever so much to Patricia for helping out as one of the mods. And obviously thank you to Necra Neil who popped in, and also to Ed there right at the end. And that's it from me. I've got to go. I'll see you very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
I love that one. See you later, everybody. Oh, that didn't go.